CBD is the new hot ticket item. Everybody's talking about it, but unfortunately, most people are talking all things that aren't true. In this vid, let's go through 5 myths all about CBD.
Okay, I know CBD is all the rage, but CBD and THC are the exact same thing.
When people say that CBD and THC are the same, it is a lack of understanding of basic chemistry. How do I explain this? With pasta. Okay, here we go. Look at these. Seemingly 2 of the same things. One is penne, but one is made of wheat and the other one is not. Therefore, they are not the same. The same thing is true for CBD and THC. If you look at the chemical structures of CBD and THC side by side, they look very, very similar. But here in this one corner, we have this small chemical change between CBD and THC. This small change changes everything. It changes the way that THC and CBD interact with different receptors in your body, and it changes the way that the 2 chemical compounds affect us. So even though they may look the same, they are different.
I'm from South Dakota and CBD is still illegal over there.
Well, I don't care what Miss Know-It-All thinks she knows, but according to the 2018 Agricultural Improvement Act, CBD is legal in all 50 states if it is derived from hemp plants and contains less than 0.3% THC. Now, like she said, she's from South Dakota, and there are some states where governors and attorney generals have said, we don't care what federal law says, CBD ain't coming on our turf. So be cautious, be aware, but coast to coast, CBD is legal when it meets those 2 requirements.
I was at this party last night and I was getting so annoyed because everybody was getting high off of CBD.
Miss Know-It-All is wrong again. CBD cannot get you high, and the reason for that comes down to receptor binding. When we think of the CB1 receptor, the receptor in the brain that is responsible for the actions of THC as well as CBD, THC hits one receptor, whereas CBD hits a different receptor. So what happens is when THC hits the CB1 receptor, it fits into a receptor over here, and it activates all of the downstream actions that lead to the euphoria, the giddiness, and all the feelings of being high. When CBD hits this other receptor over here, nothing like that happens. It is literally impossible to get high off of CBD.
I am so annoyed. I was at a party the other night and everybody around me was vaping CBD oil. I'm freaking out. I have to pass my next drug test. Passed.
No, CBD cannot show up as marijuana on a drug test. Drug testing mechanisms look for the presence of THC in the urine, the blood, or the hair in order to test for marijuana. The test simply does not look for CBD, and therefore CBD cannot show up as THC on a drug test. Now, you may say, but I know someone that was taking CBD and they had a positive drug test for marijuana. Aha, here is the bad news. Drug testing failures are extremely common when it comes to routine drug testing. Urinalysis fails approximately 5 to 10% of the time. Believe it or not, if you have a positive on a urinalysis, the testing mechanisms are so bad that they have to be sent in for confirmatory tests test before it can be deemed a true positive. So it's not that CBD can cause a false positive for marijuana, it's simply that false positives happen in the routine mechanism of drug testing.
People say you can get CBD, but it all contains marijuana.
When people say that the only type of CBD worth using is broad spectrum CBD, it really comes down to a lack of understanding of the products on the market. There are 4 different types of CBD that you can choose from. 1 is derived from the marijuana plant and 3 are derived from the hemp plant. So the first guy, this one. This is marijuana extract. Yes, it contains CBD, but it also contains THC, waxes, terpenes, and the essential oils found within the marijuana plant. Next, this guy. This is broad spectrum CBD. So what we see is we've got a lot of CBD, but then we also still have some THC, essential oils, waxes, and terpenes found within the hemp plant. Next up, this guy. This is CBD isolate. As you can see, this is isolated, purified, and almost 100% CBD. In CBD isolates, you can go coast to coast. They're legal everywhere. They are derived from the hemp plant and contain less than 0.3% of THC. The problem with this guy is it kind of left out of the party. The problem with this guy is when you have broad spectrum CBD, you end up having something called the entourage effect, where all of those terpenes work together. This guy doesn't have any terpenes. He doesn't have any essential oils. He doesn't have much THC. He really doesn't have the entourage effect that people are looking for. So, I have an idea. Why don't we take, terpenes from other plant material, add them in to our CBD isolate. So we've got our CBD isolate that's gonna be really clean, be something great, safe for people who are subjected to random drug testing in their workplace, but then we add back in just a little bit of terpenes from things like essential oils or plant material back into our CBD isolate, and we create enhanced CBD isolate that may have an increased likelihood of getting that entourage effect that so many people are looking for. So I hope this video has helped you understand that you cannot believe everything that people tell you about CBD. There's so many myths out there. Set them straight. Now you know.